the harder you look for what's going to bring meaning in your life, the less likely you are to find it. Because what we tend to do is we tend to think, okay, if I can get just one more achievement, if I can collect one more achievement, if I can get one more thing, if I get one thing that I want, I'm just going to be so happy and satisfied. And it just doesn't work that way.
Don't sweat the small stuff. And It's All Small Stuff is a book that shows you how to keep from letting the little things in life drive you crazy. In thoughtful and insightful language, author Richard Carlson reveals ways to calm down in the midst of your incredibly hurried, stressed life. You can learn to put things in perspective by making the small daily changes he suggests, including advice such as think of your problems as potential teachers. Remember that when you die, your inbox won't be empty. And do one thing at a time.
Focusing more on what you have than on what you want. Then you start to notice that that which you have is quite beautiful and lovely. Now, from that place of well-being and feeling like you have enough and feeling like there's aspects of your life that you already like, that's when the game starts. That's not when it finishes. That's the place that allows you to then look around and say, wait a minute, I've got a good life. This would make it a little bit better.
You should also try to live in the present moment. Let others have the glory at times, and lower your tolerance to stress. You can write down your most stubborn positions and see if you can soften them. Learn to trust your intuitions and live each day as if it might be your last. With gentle, supportive suggestions, Dr. Carlson reveals ways to make your actions more peaceful and caring, with the added benefit of making your life more calm and stress-free.
Welcome back from the break. This is Books and Blogs. We are discussing how to not sweat the small stuff with this incredible panel. So Mercy, you had a point on what Grace has said.
I had a point on Grace the not action. Grace the virtue.
Oh, the virtue, okay.
Yeah. Give ourselves grace to be able to make mistakes here and there, and in the same breath, give someone else the grace. I'll tell you of an experience I had when I was having my second child. I got into labor when we used to live in Eastlands, and then there's Ford Travelers. So it's morning, it's 7:30 a.m.
What's Ford Travelers?
Oh, Ford Travelers.
Where would you
Oh, like Kumoina?
Oh, yes, like that.
Okay. Ati sijui uko, what do you mean? Unaona nimejua
The only
Moina.
village you know is Village Market.
Okay.
I forgive you.
So I get into this traffic. I am crazy in labor, and I'm thinking, oh my.
You're in
goodness.
labor in
Yes.
Umoina in traffic?
No. We were driving.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Those matatus for
It's usually
Islands
very bad.
are just on a different level.
Yes.
They will come and they'll cut you. They will do anything, and by then they'll hit you and they'll leave you there.
Yes.
You know, whining and taking photos. Yes. So I was in labor, and it's 7:30. So this is the rush hour. Oh my goodness, how am I going to make it? I think I'll just deliver here, because now when you look at the traffic situation, we are on Jogo Road. Yes, it was crazy, and we had to use the wrong side, and you could see people sneering at you. They're like, "Funny you think you're going further than us?" And I'm thinking, you guys just let me be. Just let me be.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Yeah.
And so I think out of that I learned that it's important to give yourself grace. And in the same way, give someone else, extend to them some grace. You don't know where they're going. Sometimes you see these ambulances and you start looking, is there someone inside there? Are you really in a hurry? Where are you going? We're also going to the same 8 to 5. We're also running home to our places. You're not in more hurry than I. But really, think about it. Give
So
yourself
did you
some
make
grace.
it though?
I made it just
Barely.
Just
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, that one, and you didn't sweat the small stuff.
I was
In that scenario,
I was sweating.
it's actually not small.
Nothing small about it.
There's no sweating. It's not well. And the panic.
But again, you see, I think sometimes people instill fear in us that will not be there.
Okay. Yes,
For
Professor.
instance, I know when my kid was being delivered, I wanted to go into the delivery. But the doctor was like, men faint inside there.
Okay.
You see, my mind was on me being inside that. But now the doctor is like, no, it's not advisable because men faint there, will start doing CPR on you. But I told him, No, how many men sweat usually collapse in there?
Yeah.
He didn't give me a figure. You see, if he told me 80%, then maybe I would not have gone in.
What did he tell you?
He just told me, no, it's not advisable.
So you didn't go?
No, I went.
Oh, Chongumu, of course. Mhm.
Yes. No, I didn't sweat.
Oh.
I can actually go back to the living room now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
So I think, again,
Hinting to your wife?
Are you saying it's time?
I'm trying to sneak in information here. Yeah, so I think we sometimes do things because people instill in us that you can't do this. Yeah. It could actually be your mind is made up for this, but the voices around you
Yes.
kind of say other things.
Yeah.
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 So you may end up sweating when you should not be sweating.
Not be sweating.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, I think we should have first defined this stressing because we keep saying stressing, sweating, small stuff. But how do you know when you're sweating the small stuff bothering you?
Yeah.
When something happens, you can't forget about it the day after that, 2 days after that, because when it happens now, of course, it will worry you, it will bother you at that particular moment. But if it's something you have carried with you 12 hours after that, 6 hours, 24 hours, then you're stressing over it and it's starting to bother you. So the things, if taking out the trash is bothering you 10 days after that, then it's too small to bother you for.
When I looked at do not sweat the small stuff, as a born again Christian, I related it to guard your heart. For it is the wellspring of life. And it's what you're saying. The social media, the social status, the economic status, and that is what is making people have stress. People are going cuckoos at some point.
Yeah.
And it's because of what you're letting in your heart, what you're letting in your mind, what you're processing. And I like what he said, as much as he's not a Christian author. I like what he said because it's a principle to borrow from.
It's life principle.
He said that choose what is a priority for you and work with that. And he also said you don't have to have too much. I mean, after you gain this, after you have a boyfriend, stop looking at, oh, now shall we go to Mombasa? As in, first of all, dwell on the fact that, oh, I have
The
to
boyfriend
have a
came.
boyfriend. Yeah.
Finally.
Simmer a bit in
Yeah.
that place.
But how long should you be in that season of the boyfriend game?
I think now it
Every
works
day.
for what is your, how much do you want your peace? How
Okay.
much do you want to guard your heart? Because at the end of the day, if he is not financially able to take you to Mombasa and you take into that relationship, knowing that he's not financially able to take you to
Yes.
Mombasa, are you willing to pay for that trip to Mombasa
Yeah.
to give both of you a treat?
Yes.
So that way you have still experienced Mombasa and hey,
On your account.
on your account.
That's a very wise woman.
and tomorrow, I don't expect me to pay for that Mombasa.
I thought it was all going to end there.
No, honey.
Yeah.
I think for me the most important thing is guard your heart.
Yeah.
Ask yourself, what is a priority? How long am I gonna think about this? Because again, coming from experience, something is happening in my life right now, and it's because I had held to those things for the last 5 years. I'm not gonna share about what is happening
okay.
now, but maybe another day.
The next show, what you need to usher. The next
Something
show.
like
You already
you
have
hold
content for the
on
next show.
to pain, to bitterness, to anger, and you keep it, and 5 years down the line, and you just can't take it anymore. And before you know it, you tell yourself, I'm not stressed about it. That's why I was a bit keen on what you are saying, because having experienced it, you tell yourself, no, it's okay. No, it's okay. You can do that to me. It's okay. I'll take it. It's okay. I'll take it. It's okay. I'll take it.
Yeah.
Or you insulted me. It's okay. I won't sweat it. Then one day,
Blows up.
it blows up.
Yeah.
Kumbe, it was not okay.
Never
It was still hurting you inside.
Yes.
And you can still, and how you know it's still
Yeah, it's when something triggers and you go back to the day, to how you were, to what I said and you answered, and you promised and you said. So you
files,
hold on. You have files, you have database of those things.
Let me ask something. Yeah? Most of you have kids, right? On average, how many times does your kid annoy you?
Oh my.
A lot, right?
Yeah. Constantly.
How many times do you keep that anger because your kid annoys you?
You don't.
You don't. So what happens to adults?
Because
you're
an adult.
Yeah.
And you notice a kid, you can beat a kid here, like you beat him mercilessly. Then you go lock yourself in the room, and he follows you.
Yes.
You get.
Yeah.
So I think every adult needs to try get in touch with that kid who you beat here, and the next minute he forgets you actually beat him, and he follows you. That's what we are liking. We are liking that kid enough.
Hillary, let me pause. I think I want to take you back a bit. I think as much as there are things you can get in touch with the kid side of that person, especially an adult, because I'm very keen on what we are saying, because we are communicating to the society, and it's important to also be in touch with what people are going through. And having been in a place where you don't talk about it because society does not want you to talk about it, and society wants you to be okay with the situation, it messes you up. I'm saying there are instances where you can be okay with the kid part of your husband or your spouse. But now you come to my house, you're my husband. In front of the children, you pee on yourself and you poop on yourself. I'm supposed to get in touch with your child's side.
Now that's being an imbecile. You get.
That's what
again.
I'm talking about. So there are instances where you left your socks. Okay, it's just a boy in you, yeah? You do something else.
You went cheated on me. No, that's not.
that's not a
not
boy.
a child.
That's not a child.
Yeah.
That's a deliberate action that you did. Well, is the socks also deliberate? Yes, it is. But in what degree? I think
Deliberately.
of the things are we talking about? Because sometimes these things, sometimes even the socks can be unconscious, isn't it?
Yeah.
It can be an
Actually, it is
unconscious. It is
Solid.
actually.
Yeah.
I mean, they just remove and it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's like their hand just does this.
It's actually a child
And it's like a reflex,
Yeah.
like this, and they're okay.
Yeah.
Like
And
we
it's
don't
okay.
remember to make our bed. It's not
Yeah.
like we forget.
Yeah.
But the moment
just
you
don't remember.
look at a girl and you look again and you decide I'm gonna sleep with her, and you know you have a wife.
Now, let me
Honey, I'm
respond
not
to
gonna
this.
get in touch with your boy side.
What I say in relationships, a few things makes up a relationship. Yeah, for you to be a nice person does not guarantee you a good relationship. Yeah, I'll start a little bit nyuma kidogo. What makes a relationship is two sober, functional human beings who decides we are going to make this an experience of a lifetime. Now, the relationships we have, you found someone and you thought you can change him or you can change her, and now let's come and make a marriage. Now you have problems because that was not the real person that you never got into marriage with the real person. That's why I say give people room to be who they are. Don't let me not meet you for the first date and then I tell you I don't like men who drink. Because I've met Hillary and he's this tall, dark, handsome, he has written a book. Now I want to be him. I want him to be the man I want.
Yeah.
So I fit myself to him, and him, if he wants to be with me, he fits. He looks out for what I want, and he fits it. The mistake people make. Give people room to be who they are. If it's the first date, the second time, someone else will tell you, oh, Friday, we are Mombasa Road, we are having 1-2 with the boys. Then you know he drinks. But if you tell him on the first day, I'm born again, I am not with men who drinks, he will fit into it. He will. I know of a friend who got married just recently. He drinks and the wife doesn't drink. Yes, because all I want is to make up a family and to make up a home, and I'm going to do anything to achieve that goal. Now my goal is to get married. They will do that. Now, for you, if your goal is to have an experience of a relationship, then you will lay back. You're going to lay back and you're going to just enjoy the moment. Dating nowadays is all about Friday night up to Saturday. You're going to lay back. Yeah? You're going to give things room because things, they evolve organically. You're going to give them room. Now, this person who comes and does this or cheats on you, I have clients who they're trying to fix it or walk away. The guy has been doing for 7 years. And even for you to get married to that guy, a woman walked away out when she was pregnant. You met a woman on the hallway. You know who this person is. And now, 10 years, 5 years down the line, you're trying to fix it. Who are you cheating? Because you knew and you know who this person is. So if this person did it the first time, what did you do about it? And then first of all, how is your self-worth and self-awareness? Because you wouldn't do that to me, and I smile, and I say I won't stress over it. For me, you will be knowing this is a deal breaker. So if it happens, it happens.
So
You
we
know
have
the
moved
repercussions.
from the small stuff to really monstrous. Gigantic.
I'm sweating.
But a few are not. It's gigantic. I'm like, hey, can we go back to the small ones? Those gigantic ones, those ones need time. Yes, Tracy.
There's an underlying thing that we always, I think, with the small stuff,
Yeah.
I think there's an underlying thing that we sometimes try to play around with. It's communicating my boundaries with the person. I am OCD. I don't. It works me up if I find your socks on the floor all the time. It feels like you're disrespecting me. So if you communicate these things that are no to you, it's not like I will not die if I find your socks on the ground. I could clean them. I could pick them up and clean them. That's not a problem. But being who I am and how I have been raised, or probably in the way that I have grown, or probably even someone who's lived by themselves for a while, they will take time to adjust into living with someone. If I communicate my boundaries as a person or as a friend, I don't like, for instance, being kept. Yeah, if I don't like being kept for more than 15 minutes, I should tell you as my friend that I don't like when you do this. I don't like when you tell me you're supposed to eat on Friday and then you don't communicate by Thursday evening to confirm the plans. So it's very important, even at the workplace. I think it's important when you're working even in a team, you should communicate your boundaries, because I think most of these things we're touching on is, for instance, taking out the trash and keeping things like, I'm not going to sweat about him not taking the bin, and then one day your hormones are all flared up. You're just like, because I don't take trash in 2014 on 15th of January. I mean, if you communicate, I'm just like, I'm going to take the trash out today, but it's because I don't want to be mad about that. But you should know that it is your duty to do that.
Oh, we agreed that.
I feel
Yes.
loved when you
Do that, when you help with things around the house,
When you help with the
very
trash.
important. Yes. It's very important that you're very also clear that about things. It's even if it feels like you're creating a list, as long as I have told you, so next time even I don't have to be like, just take this thing so that you don't argue, because it's working me up. I don't want to be angry. I want to take it out because you have forgotten or you had a bad day, not because I don't want to make you angry, because you're making me angry when I take out.
Yeah.
So it's very important to be very clear with the people who matter, not with everyone. A tout doesn't care. I mean, you're going to mpe pesa, akupe change, utashuka. If you disagree, there's no relationship. But those people who are very important, the people you're working with, your friends and your family, it's very important that you have a boundary and communicate that.
I think the assumption is that everybody listens. That's the mistake we're making.
She doesn't. She already said she doesn't.
We have a living witness amongst us. We have a living witness. We have a living witness.
There are people who do not listen.
Right
Like,
opposite you. Do you?
so we assume you'll tell your husband or wife, I don't like this actually. Some people don't have that gift of listening. They do not listen.
Then don't enter into a relationship with that
No, assume
until
that's
you
your
get
sister.
the gift.
Assume that's your sister.
You found them.
You found her there.
Those are the people in the relationships.
You can't break up with your
This
sister.
is your
you
mother.
get?
No, I'm
Then your
talking
father.
about, okay.
You found them.
Assume your own mom does not listen. That's your mom.
Okay, first of all, our African parents do not.
Exactly. They do not
And it's
listen.
okay, and we're okay with that. We made peace. Now, don't make me
make
make
peace.
peace with, I don't know, 55 other
With people that I have
relationships.
to choose.
With people I have
Hilary,
to
what's your
choose.
point? I want to hear his point.
Yeah.
My point is, I think we should also accept the fact that as much as we try to communicate, there are people who cannot be communicated to. So you better make peace with the fact that this one cannot listen. You get? I have a sister who is Kichwangumi, yani that one. I think it's only God who has to come back down again. Ndio she listens to things. You get? But I love her as a sister. We fight, then I'm like, okay, that's her. You get? So if I can do that to other people, even those I meet along the way, if I can try pull that grace and spread it across my other platforms, then I'm able to learn to live with other people, even those who do not listen, who are not like exact family. That's what I always try.
Number 2, make peace with imperfection, Grace. It's part of
Because your mom will not listen, for instance.
make peace with imperfection. It says here.
So it's also good to know what are deal breakers for you, because the small ones.
Thank you.
Then whatever. Now, what is your deal? Have you communicated your deal?
I have.
If you have, and it happens, let's ask someone who doesn't respect.
Then I have another one here. Lower your tolerance to stress, Grace.
Are we communicating?
Are you listening? I'm looking for the ones.
No, actually, I need to revise the
About the
Lower
lowering the stress.
your tolerance to stress.
Yes, actually to her point, because it talks about when you lower your tolerance to stress, it means that when something happens, you already know it's going to stress you out, and therefore know how to maneuver around it.
Yeah.
The first time the trash was not taken out, don't just let it go. Find a way of how do I deal with it next
Yeah.
time. So whenever your tolerance level is low,
Yeah.
you're able to know that now this is
Yeah.
not good. Now this we can't handle.
Yeah.
We have to talk about.
But there's another one here. Look beyond behavior.
But that's one for the children. That point is on for the
There's
children.
another one for look at everyone as a
As an
child.
infant
Oh,
and
it's
an
on
adult.
the hand.
But I felt like the points just
I'm just picking. Yeah.
Okay, first of all, can we agree that that ain't the Bible? That ain't the Bible.
And can we agree?
Those are just
principles.
pointers. No, pointers.
Can we also agree we are not
principles.
Jews?
Life
You know, since we are Kenyans.
Wow. These are principles of life.
Yes.
That is why you're all here, because 80% of what you read here you agreed with. Now
The
you
Bible
happen to
done.
be going through something
that you don't want to agree with.
What we are doing here.
I have a final one for Grace. Let me read this one. It's itching me.
I have one. Grace needs grace.
No, I
Be
have
grateful
I
when
have
you.
It's actually that one.
when you're sad
Be
or
grateful when
something.
you're feeling good and grateful when you're feeling bad.
Yeah,
Graceful.
Now,
I am
you say it's not the Bible, and this is the thing I find with a lot of us Christian. I'm a Christian and I'm born again. Yeah, it's God did not give the manual of making a car in the Bible.
a what?
A car or a table or like a chair like this one. It's not in the Bible.
No, it is.
He gave us the Bible to guide us on our spiritual life and on our life, but also other wisdoms for this life. Some of them they are those, and there's nothing wrong. It has not gone out of any way. It is all about. There's no all psychology we need is in the Bible, yes, but for us to know how does that look like? When you say I won't stress over the small stuff, how does that look like? How will I know when I'm stressing over the small stuff? What will be the indicators? Now, these are the books that help us with that.
Okay, can I just clarify?
As you wind up for us, Grace, actually I will give you the opportunity to just give us the closing
When I
remarks.
And
say
we shall pray for
that
grace
ain't
for
the
you.
Bible.
Sorry?
No, this is what I'm saying. And basically, this is what I'm saying in the nutshell. Know when not to sweat over the small stuff. Yeah?
It's all the time.
And know what is small stuff for you. Yeah?
It's individual.
Yes,
Yes,
because it's
it is.
individual. Your small stuff is not my small stuff.
Yes.
And that is where we extend grace. There's a book by.
You are winding up. No.
I'm winding up. I'm winding up. There's a book called Authentic Relationships Without Further Ado, and it's by Favor Adiola. And it says, do not treat relationships as a place of romance and a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, what you're talking about, a Friday to Saturday kind of thing. No, treat it as an interview. Ask the hard questions. Because you know what happens? If you do not sweat them at that point, you're going to sweat them at some point. I'd rather it breaking at that point than breaking in marriage. So basically, I think what we are saying in a nutshell is know what is your small stuff and choose whether you're going to sweat it or not.
The trash is a big thing to me, but you know, to a lot of people it's small. So it's individual, it's personal. The trash is. I see that. Okay, so thank you so much for your contributions to this book. Clearly, this is a conversation that cannot end. No, we shall not do a part 2 of it. Find the book for yourself. No, I'm not giving you my copy. This copy is like 12 years old. But Hilary here came with this book he wants to give out. You know, you remember his story. He's a local entrepreneur, The Boy with Shoes. So if you want this book, go to our social media page. Let us know why you deserve a copy, and voila, it could just be yours. This, find it maybe in a bookstore near you or Amazon, I think. For now, we say goodbye and have a great day.